Hey everybody, and welcome back to a very special episode of Kerbal Space Program RP-0. We are picking up right where we left off last time after having finally gotten the shuttle crew to make rendezvous with our project in low Earth orbit, which we're going to finally be able to deposit this this greenhouse module with a command pod and some supplies. So at some point we'll be able to bring a crew up here and test to see how compatible it is with time warping and such. I did want to wait until we got around to the sunny side of the planet so we can get some power on these solar cells. We were in fact draining batteries pretty readily, even with Little Crush, our lunar tug here, docked to the nose of the SKS shuttle. But we were still draining batteries after we got into the daylight also, so it didn't really do us a whole lot of good. We just dumped what battery we could into the command pod part of the greenhouse module and started getting things all set up for docking. We did just want to make sure that we could, keep things topped off. The last thing we need is for this mission to finally get back on track, only to have the batteries run out while trying to do a docking thing. So we would be measuring the battery drain while moving independently and trying to guesstimate how much time we had. But the very first step was to go ahead and just do this docking in one fell swoop. The original plan was to have the tug dock the command module and greenhouse pod thing, and then come back for the supply pods individually, so as to keep balance on the thrusters in check. We decided it would just be quicker to just do it this way so that we could move on with our lives and maybe get this crew back home, sometime in the near future. So we just dealt with a very, very unbalanced load. I think most of the tonnage now there is in the supply pod, and it really shows. Controlling this thing was quite awkward, and trying to get lined up for that docking port proved a little difficult. So we just rotated our target a little bit to bring things more into focus and give us a clear shot at that docking port. Fortunately, we were, close enough. There was some concern on whether or not it was going to fit, but we were able to pull off a successful docking with many millimeters to spare. And with the supply module docked, we'll go ahead and pull the greenhouse pod around to the nose of the target here and get this attached as far away from that big stockpile of RTGs at the bottom as we can. Balance was not a whole lot better, but we were kind of limited on our thruster placement by the geometry here of our cargo bay. So we were still a little bit off balance. We probably could have moved some ballast forward into the command pod part, but instead just decided that we'll just scrape paint off of it until we're done. And there it is. That one more docking in the books. It actually got the alignment not too bad. And there you can very briefly see the actual face of this thing as we return the docking tug back to the shuttle. The plan here was just go ahead and bring it back. Why not? It's 2 RTGs, it's a couple of docking ports, a fuel tank, and some thrusters. We can collect a little more money off of this thing, and it doesn't weigh that much, and we're going to empty the fuel out of it anyway, so it shouldn't throw off our ballast by too much. And who doesn't love to practice their, parallel cargo bay parking? So we'll empty the rest of its fuel and then get what we need to return home, load it onto the SKS, and put the rest back in Crush. More than enough to get the little guy back to Kauai Potato Station. Now it's just a matter of running out the clock. We're supposed to stay in orbit with something like these parameters for, I think it was 11 days. Maybe this one was 9 and 11 was last time, but we've already run the clock up to 11 days. We're actually going to take another day so that we can try to bring this mission back during daylight hours. Not hopeful for that, but Crush, we will leave him here in orbit. We'll have to come back and take care of that, get him back to the station at some point. And there is our deorbit burn just off the coast of Australia, and we will jettison this useless crew tube that we don't need for anything now. It was a solid 2.5 tons that we didn't really need to be carrying around with us. So now it's just a matter of waiting around till we hit Atmo, closing up the solar panels and the cargo bay, and getting our heading set, and well, really hoping for the best. We've moved all of our remaining fuel into the aft tank for ballast, as usual. We are a little lighter on fuel this run than I would typically like. And there's our ablative thrusters. And also thrusters inside the cargo bay have started overheating and exploding, which is a very interesting phenomenon. As to how heat would saturate in that particular way, I don't quite understand. But, you know, hey, here we go. We're also starting to lose some of those truss pieces that the thrusters were mounted to. But there's us clearing the Gulf of Mexico and coming around into Florida when, well, things got a little more interesting. Yeah, that's too far. Let's turn south again. I'm trying to go nose down, Wook. I am trying. It does not want to, but we are bleeding speed by a lot. Oh no, 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 no. Come on, come on. Whoa, this is interesting. Let's bring this bird down into a suburb. It's fighting me. It wants to go butt down. I think we're too butt heavy. I don't know if we can jettison the cargo at this point. We just need to lose altitude. If we stall it and spin now, we might be okay. It's kind of interesting being able to see across the entire state of Florida. Yes, this is what we wanted to do, friend. 1.5 kilometers per second, 50 kilometers actual. This I'm letting happen. We need to vent some speed so we can get lower. Piloting a hypersonic brick. No, there is no fuel in the cargo. I will validate that. As soon as I can. But this is a complicated and delicate maneuver. Yeah, empty and locked. We should be well within our transit threshold here. All right, let's break this spin. 41 kilometers altitude. Jettison crew. Bail out at Mach. Mach, yes. 800 meters per second. Let's find that prograde vector, if you could please, and thank you. At some point, there's going to be some air across the surfaces, and we need to capitalize on that. Oh, poo. Well, you wanted the aerodynamics of a brick. Here it is. Good job, Bowman. May have worked the pooch on this one. Flare. Nope, too much. Jesus. You were doing so good too, bro. Go. Good, 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 sweetie. Still 10 kilometers above your SR-71 phase. A perfectly executed brick maneuver. Yeah, we're looking good. As long as we don't get too far out of that prograde, I think we're going to be okay. I don't know if we'll make it to KSC, but, you know, we'll give it a shot. 14 kilometers. Falling straight down is the great equalizer. Let's get angled in here a little bit. Yeah, we're still just a smidgen butt heavy, but I think we're going to be okay. No! Dude, this thing... Yeah, great. Okay, we have... Dude, no. Sorry, cargo. Bowman, dude. Anything than your current thing. Literally anything but your current thing. That would be just literally anything but your current thing. Come on. So with one emergency out of the way, the crew regaining control of the shuttle and looking for a landing strip. I was very hopeful that we still might be able to actually make it to Cape Canaveral. The answer was no. We're going to make it about halfway across Florida, though, which is the most accurate shot we've taken in a very long time. So I think we've kind of figured out our procedure. I would like a little more thruster fuel to help mitigate some of these more interesting flares, but we've spotted a runway here in the distance, and we're going to get ourselves set up for a very low, rather slow approach, coming right onto the runway and then touching down. So the crew is home, they are safe. That adventure, at least, is in the books. Switching over again out to Mars, we are actually going to try to land our supply rover module, hopefully someplace close to the module core. Here on the surface of Mars, we have it targeted here, but you know, targeted landings on Mars are interesting to say the least. They're kind of difficult. I don't really have it down pat, and since they're apparently so incredibly difficult to get into position and to, I don't know, you can't really correct mid-atmo. You can't just burn for broke because it takes a lot of delta V to land that way, and you're not using, I don't know, the aerodynamic advantage you have. Small as it may be, you still can generate lift here, and it can really help in slowing you down. We've already made our deorbit burn, and now we're just going to try to hold orientation here in Physics Warp, which I did remember that you actually aren't supposed to do this in Physics Warp. You're supposed to do it in real time because the drag model gets different in Physics Warp, and you end up using a lot more fuel than you actually need. So we will be spending some time trying to keep our lower aeroshell thruster ports fed, as they're going to do a bulk of the work maintaining that 30 some odd degree pitch, which is solely responsible for generating any lift that we might encounter and giving us enough time to slow down. Although we do have more fuel in this than I think I had ever tested for when running simulations on this thing, like a year ago when I started building out this project. So we're actually in really good shape to make a nice touchdown. If only we could get somewhere close to our target. Anyway, for the rest of this letting, I'm just going to go ahead and turn you over to old me live during the broadcast. 11 kilometers. Ignition. What the hell? Where's my engine? There we go. Come on now. Brakes. Why isn't this chute popping? The chute should have popped by now. We're at 9 kilometers. What the hell? We're actually going pretty slow. There's a good bunch of lift. Where are my parachutes, man? I'll say they should just be set to deploy. Redeployment, 12,000 meters. Altitude, 4 kilometers. It's a good thing we got so much excess delta V here. So now not like we need those parachutes for landing, but that distresses me a lot. Hey, we're going up. What the hell is happening? 12 kilometers to sea level. It shouldn't be. It should be true altitude. It's always been true altitude. Got the ignitions. Let's use them. Let's get to where we need to be. Quick hop. Oh god, no. Arm parachute. Oh god, no. Arm mains. Oh, thank you, Lippo. I forgot to arm the parachutes. Wow, I'm real dumb. Good news is we can just bide ourselves some time and some altitude because we got plenty of it. And we got the ignitions. This landing is going predictably well. Shutting down. We'll use the rest of that for braking. Yeah, we lost our aft engine thrusters. That might be a problem. That one's already empty. How about you? Empty. And hop. Let's say it was like a drogue chute. It was supposed to reduce the last little bit of terminal velocity. Oh god. The only tank we have left is the one we need. Can I just tell you to... I don't know if I really want you to face retrograde. We'll let the parachute do the work. We're coming in really slow. All that extra fuel is really paying off. So we're just going to let it ride, and we're going to get this thing on the ground. When that chute deploys, we'll be butt down, and then we can separate, and everything will be fine. Because I think RCS are completely depleted here. We'll go ahead and open up the terminal. Descent altitude 27 kilometers. Open those up just because we're going to need them. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Now we are descending backwardsly. Come on. 14, 13, 12. Where's my parachute? Deploy. Thank you. Snap. I don't know what the hell happened to our parachute. We're gonna burn off these last 80 some odd meters per second in a hurry. Stage. 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 Terminal engines lit. Stage. Terminal shoots out. Aero shell deployed. Two kilometers actual. Oh, it disarmed when your altitude trigger was too high. That makes some sense somewhere, I'm sure. Alright, sorry chat, I have to focus. 2 minutes 35 seconds of runtime, 1.5 kilometers actual, 18 meters per second down. We're going to kill it, and we're just going to go to RCS for a second or two. It's probably a really bad idea, firing them back up. 1.2 kilometers actual, yeah. I think we're at full burn all the way down now. At least until we get low enough to make a difference. $900 meters, come on, come on. Let's get sub 10. Meters down, 600 altitude. Aero shell impact detected. Oh, she's fighting me. 500 meters. Don't fight me, sweet peas. Come on. $350. 9 meters per second down. 300. 8.5. Come on, sweetie. Come on, sweetie. Now is not the time. Oh god, we're speeding up. I need the thrusters to compensate. Come on, burn that fuel. 130 meters. $80 meters. Shutting down. Yes! 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 Okay, heart rate down. Yes! Yes! Touchdown confirmed. Tango Delta. About 7 minutes of terror. Oh god, but barely. Jesus. Nothing here was according to plan, but holy shit, 16 seconds of fuel left. Yeah, I kind of wish I had been paying closer attention to that during descent, but we came down a little harder than I would have liked, but the package is on the surface. It is all in one piece. None of our wheels are broken, and they are not separated from the side of the vehicle. So we're going to go ahead and try to undock this thing and move it off the pad, but it turns out we're over our avionics limit. So we have yet another design flaw that we have to account for here. And after the reload, of course, one of our wheels is stuck. So yeah, everything going real well today. So we'll just try to swat our way off and get ourselves free. And yeah, there you have it. That's going to do it for this episode, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. And I will see all of you in the next one. So until then, see you later.